Hey, Freddie.
Hey, Jack.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, all good.
Nice. Hello, Tibor.
Hello, Mr. Jack.
Good morning. Just give me a
Thank
second.
you.
I'm going to switch out my headphones. These are not that good.
The 6 weeks went by so quickly. Oh, wow.
One second. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You?
Sweet.
Hello,
Hey,
Fred.
Kareem.
Good morning,
Hey, Jack.
Tibor.
Hello. How are you guys doing today?
Very good.
I like the environment change. Like the temperature is rising. It's getting way easier to go outside.
Nice. Exciting.
What did I miss yesterday?
So yeah,
Ready?
yesterday we spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, Jack. I'm gonna post the recording soon, but the main focus was on just some key lessons that I've learned along my health journey. So yeah, it was just kind of mainly mental and spiritual reframes about how you should go about your health journey. And then at the end, we talked about some like deeper optimizations in terms of like blood work and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, it was epic. We're going to build on that today. We're going to do a few different guided practices to kind of end this cohort, connecting back to the intention that we set in the beginning. I often find after a few weeks of being in a program, or just a few weeks after you set an initial intention, it's very easy to start to slow down or fall back off. What we're going to do today is a few practices that are going to help you reconnect, essentially. And Tibor, you asked yesterday, like, what's the next step after a cohort? And like, do people normally fall off? Is it expected? It can be, right? Life is a constant battle in some ways of fighting entropy, which is chaos or disorder. And so the guided practices, the guided meditations, going back and listening to Freddie's calls, those will all serve as reorientation points for you to get back on your highest, most aligned path, because it's inevitable as humans that we're going to fall off sometimes. That's okay. But the practices, the techniques, the journaling, the meditations, listening back to the calls, they're all going to help get you back into the highest state. So that's what we're going to do today.
Amazing. Some tools, to go back in the state.
100%. Exactly. So we'll see if anybody else is going to filter in here. I saw Tyler try to join. There he is. What's up, Tyler? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. I just sent you a tweet. You should look at it. Cool. So we'll give it another second here. I would expect my dad to be joining, but he might not join, as I know he was out last night pretty late. So maybe he's feeling it this morning. But don't want to waste any more time here. So let's hop right into it. So I'm recording, and like Freddie said, we're going to post the recording from yesterday in case you missed it. But cool. Here we go. So can you guys all see the screen here?
Yep.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So today we are calling this call Exiting with Vitality. So how do we emerge on the other side of this cohort and not forget everything we've learned. Especially with Freddie's content, there is so much new information that you guys have taken in, and I would recommend going back and re-listening to Freddie's tips, Freddie's principles. Freddie and I are also going to be launching a free book, an ebook called the Quantum Health Guide. It's going to contain a ton of good principles that we talked about in this cohort. So I'm excited to get that out there. And Freddie, let's talk about that maybe after this or something. Stay on for another minute or two. But today we're going to talk about exiting with vitality. So the first thing that I wanted to actually introduce to you guys before we actually get into the realignment practices, the reconnecting to the vision practices, is something called the chakra system. Now, how many of you guys have heard of the chakras in any way? Kareem's heard of it. Nice.
Except with Naruto, I haven't heard anything about it.
Okay, nice. I haven't seen Naruto, but that's cool that they mention them in Naruto. I know in Avatar, The Last Airbender, they also talk a lot about the chakras. And there's actually a good movie I just watched with Tyler a few weeks ago called Doctor Strange. And he gets introduced to the chakras and he thinks it's all BS, but he kind of opens his mind and then he taps into the power of them. And so basically, the chakras are a fancy spiritual word to say energy centers. So you have all these different energy centers, or you could call them meridians. The Chinese would call them meridians within your body. And you have 7 main energy centers in your body. And so when we're talking about health, we're talking about vitality, we're talking about energy. If all of our chakras are healthy, are aligned, and are spinning properly, because they're not static, each energy center actually spins. If each one is flowing and spinning, we have energy that's circulating throughout our entire system. But when one of them is misaligned, that's when poor health, that's when low energy can really come into play. So we have 7 main chakras, and we also have chakras that exist outside of our body. We're not going to get into those today necessarily, but just know that you do have a chakra, an energy center, and these are not physical energy centers, they're spiritual energy centers that connect you to the earth below your feet, and they are above your head, connecting you to higher realms. But for today, we're just going to talk about the chakras that exist within your system, the main 7 ones, how each one relates to your energy, and how to enhance each one, or what it actually feels like when it's out of balance. So we're going to start with the root chakra. Now, as I go through each of these chakras, energy centers, I want you to practice putting your awareness on that part of your body. The first way to be able to recognize if something is out of balance is to put our awareness on that area. So we'll start with the root chakra. This is the area essentially right under your sacrum, right under your pelvis, directly below your genital area, for lack of a better word. And your root chakra governs stability and security. When the root chakra is healthy, right, when your baseline needs are met, maybe similar to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if you've heard of this, energy can flow more clearly throughout the entire system. If the root chakra is imbalanced, if we don't feel safe, if we don't feel secure, if we don't have our baseline needs met, it's hard for energy to go through our entire system because the root is not stable. We need a stable root to then have energy rise throughout the rest of the body. Like a tree can't grow without a strong root. So we want a strong root chakra. Now, how do you actually develop the root chakra? Meditation is going to be a great practice. Sitting in stillness within yourself. And even the stability and the security aspect, yes, it can be helpful if we have external stability. We have a house, we have a job, we have money. But the true stability is always going to be found within yourself. And you can find that stability within yourself in a meditation practice, which we're going to do in a second here. As we rise through the chakras, this is where we become more expressive, we could say. So the sacral chakra is essentially right above your genital area, right? It's this orange one right here. And the sacral chakra, and you can move your awareness to that area right now of your body. It rules pleasure, creativity, and artistic expression. When this chakra is healthy, we feel very creative. We feel very energized. We feel able to assert ourselves into the world and express ourselves creatively. When it's not, we feel apathetic. We feel drained. We don't feel creative. We don't feel artistic. And so you can enhance the sacral chakra, the energy flow in this center, by engaging in creative or artistic pursuits. This is why we've talked about music throughout the other calls. This is why I would recommend having some type of creative hobby, be it writing, speaking, dancing, singing, playing a musical instrument, doing art. Anything that is inherently creative is going to raise your energy. And it's this paradox of like, we think we feel more energized when we rest, but actually when we are expressing ourselves through our sacral chakra, through art, through creativity, through design, through expressive actions, we feel more energized. This is why you feel more energized after you go to a concert, for example, versus before, because you've gotten into this center and you've let yourself express. Now, if we move up, and this is a key one, especially everybody in here right now is a guy. As men, the solar plexus is a really important chakra, not only for energy, but for every part of life. If you want to assert yourself in business, if you want to assert yourself in terms of making money, if you want to assert yourself in taking initiative for something, first leading yourself with discipline and then leading others, it's going to start at this energy center. Now, an exercise you can do to feel what it feels like for this energy center to be engaged is if you're sitting down right now, put your feet out in front of you above the ground and flex your core. You feel that part of your body turn on, right? It's engaged. If you drop your feet, now your body language slumps back, your solar plexus isn't engaged. When our solar plexus is engaged, we are confident and can assert ourselves into the world. And this all stems from our body language as well. Think about a really masculine macho guy who walks around with his chest high and his solar plexus, his abdomen area out. He's confident, he speaks what he wants, he asserts himself in the world, and he gets what he wants. Versus somebody who's always slumped over, right? They're not putting a lot of energy into the world. Things happen to them, they don't assert themselves into the world. So as men, our solar plexus is our key to success in the world, leading others, and higher energy. So how do you build a solar plexus? This is where the physical comes into play as well. Breath work is really powerful for the solar plexus. Ab work or core work, like doing planks, doing sit-ups, doing any type of exercise that engages the core and forces it to turn on, is going to build our solar plexus chakra, which this is where everything is connected, because everybody in here, we're all pretty young. And it's crazy. I'm the oldest person. This never happens. As you get into the work world or you get into the business world, the people who are building at the highest levels, the entrepreneurs that are really crushing it, they have the strongest solar plexus chakras. They wouldn't perceive it that way, right? Alex Hormozy, super strong willpower, super strong solar plexus chakra, right? Because he's asserting himself all day. He's coming with that strength, right? So if we build this up, it's not only going to lead to more energy in our lives, but it's going to lead to more success as well. So every time you take a deep breath, can you feel that energy right in your midsection, right in your abdomen area? And then if you do cold plunges, that's another great way to enhance that. Anything that's uncomfortable, anything that takes like a little bit of will, or like causes a little bit of pain even, like a ice bath, that's going to enhance your solar plexus chakra. Tangent, I just want to tell it real quick. I got in a motorbike accident like 3 days ago, and I felt like it was divinely orchestrated to turn on my solar plexus chakra to a higher degree that I have never experienced before, because right after it happened, I went to the hospital, I had to get stitches. They were stitching me up with no pain meds, and it hurt so bad. And as it was hurting, my solar plexus was just turning on and engaged. My abdomen was turning on. And I realized this is exactly what needed to happen for me to take the next step in business, was for my solar plexus to become activated. So obviously we don't want to get into a motorbike accident, but essentially anything that's going to cause a little bit of pain, is going to enhance that. Even eating spicy foods is going to turn on your solar plexus a little bit as well. So don't, like Freddie mentioned masochism yesterday. We don't want to intentionally inflict unnecessary pain upon ourselves, of course, but a little bit of struggle, a little bit of pain, the ice bath, the hard workout, the cold plunge, the breath work, it's all going to give us more energy from this energy center. Now the heart chakra. So this is where things will, you're moving up a little bit. So now take your awareness from your midsection or your core and put it right into your chest. Now, the interesting thing about the heart is while the solar plexus is a little bit more tense to feel and to turn on and express, the heart is actually a little bit softer, right? So there becomes this delicate balance between masculine strength and fire and almost a feminine or softer side to give love and receive love. What's interesting as well about the chakras is the lower three chakras here, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, are all the masculine chakras. The heart and above are all the feminine chakras. This is where you really enter spiritual reality. This is where you fully become your highest spiritual expression. But we need that foundation, especially as all men in here, we need that strong masculine foundation to then unlock these higher levels. If we just exist up here and we have no grounding down here, we're going to be very ungrounded. We're not going to be successful, etc. But if we only live down here and we don't have any connection to our higher energy centers, well, that's where you become the overly rational material businessman who is not happy in any way because he has no connection to his heart. He doesn't really have a self-expression. He has no connection to something beyond himself. So the heart chakra, what does it feel like? How you get into it? Well, you can probably think of a time where you felt immense love, immense awe for life. Maybe it's been at a concert. Maybe you feel it while you sing. Maybe you felt it while you're around people you really love and care about. That is the energy of the heart. The heart is love for self and love for the world. For me personally, and this is where I would recommend experimenting to find that feeling, to find that frequency. Each chakra resonates at a different vibrational frequency, actually. So the root is much lower. If you were to hum at the frequency of the root chakra, it would be very low. It would be If you were to hum at the frequency of the crown, it would be like it'd be very high. The heart is going to be somewhere in between. And so you can actually practice, you can do it now if you want, humming until you're humming at the level of your chest, the level of your heart. And you might have to find it for a second, but once you find it, that is a really powerful place to open. And that is where you feel connected to everything. And it's the best feeling in the world. So for me, like I said, singing is a really powerful way to open my heart, or being around people I really love, especially a female, is the really great way to open the heart. Now we move up. So you can put your awareness now on your throat, right at your Adam's apple. The throat chakra is blocked in so many people. So many people get sick in their throat. They have coughs, they have colds, they get sore throats because their throat chakra is out of balance. At the deeper level, they think, oh, I just have a cold. No, there's always a spiritual root to every physical cause. So when the throat chakra is out of balance, we get sore throats, we get coughs, we get this crackly throat. Now, what does that mean? How does that happen? Well, if we're not speaking what we truly believe, our throat will get sore. If we're speaking too much of what we don't believe, our throat will start hurting and get sore. I should have said, if we're not speaking what we want to speak, you'll start coughing a lot. If you're speaking too much excessively, your throat may start to hurt. So how do we create a balanced throat chakra? You have to speak your truth at all times. You can't worry about other people's perception. It might rub some people the wrong way. But when that chakra is free, that is how you're going to speak your fullest expression into the world. And your ability to speak is, one, your ability to create your reality on a very deep level. If you can speak something, you can create it. But also in the world of business, in the world of the job market, in the world of college, wherever you are, being able to speak what you truly believe is how you will command respect from other people. And it's how you will be able to speak in a way that leads people and leads them to transformation and elevates yourself in your business and in your career. So how do you actually practice getting the throat chakra clear? Singing is another great way, humming at different frequencies. There's a practice you can do actually singing your manifestations, right? Whatever you want to manifest. I want to manifest a $100,000 business. Can you sing that manifestation? That's really going to start to open the throat. Singing by yourself, singing in public is a huge one too. I'm still kind of scared of that, to be honest, but that's a big step that I could take. And then speaking your truth in all moments and not excessively over speaking when you feel like you just have to, right? Silence is also okay. You know internally what feels true for me in this moment. And then in that way, you're going to create this coherent, healthy throat chakra where now the energy can continue to circulate through the whole system. And again, this might all seem abstract, but if all of these chakras or energy centers are in balance, energy is going to be flowing and cycling through you at such a higher level than 99.9% of society. Now we move up to the very spiritual chakras. I won't spend too much time on these because they're a little bit more abstract, but your third eye chakra is at the center of your forehead in somewhere called the pineal gland. Now, you could put your awareness there, put your awareness between your eyes, basically in your forehead. This is called your third eye. This is called your hidden eye. If you're Christian, Jesus talked about the hidden eye, the eye of the body. This is what he meant. Something you want to make sure you're not doing is don't drink fluoride water. Freddie could attest to this as well, but the fluoride water actually calcifies the pineal gland in your brain, which is the center of the third eye center. This is why the conspiracies go deep, but they say they put fluoride in the water so that they can dull down people's intuition and dull down people's inner eye, you could say. So it goes very deep, but for your own life, I would just recommend drink water without fluoride to the greatest degree of your ability. Use toothpaste without fluoride. They have fluoride-free toothpaste on Amazon. I use that. I've been using it for years. And then when the third eye chakra is open or clear, you see visions. If you go into meditation, you'll see a vision that gives you clarity. You'll be able to just know things in the moment. Your intuition, the part of you that is more intelligent than the intellect, you just know something. That will start to awaken. So how do you actually enhance this eye? How do you turn on this third eye? Again, it's meditation. It's sitting with yourself in meditation and focusing your awareness at that part of your vision, that part of your seeing. It's the mind's eye. That is how it will start to awaken. And avoiding fluoride water and tap water. That's like the very practical and the very spiritual. Last thing here is the crown chakra. So this is the top of your head. You can put your awareness at the top of your head. This is your connection to everything. This is your connection to the universe. This is your connection to God. When your crown chakra is open, you start to receive guidance from that which is beyond you. Signs start to speak to you. Symbols start to speak to you. You see things in a different way. The universe is giving you synchronicities. It's giving you guidance because you're open and listening. How do you open the crown? You stay open. You stay mentally open, and then you will be spiritually open. A way to practice this is, say you're walking around, you're driving around, and you feel a little bit lost or confused. You can ask for a sign. Now you have to do this in faith and you have to do this humbly, but you can say universe or God or source or whatever you connect with. Say, can you please give me a sign? I'm open to seeing. That will start to open this energy center and you will receive a sign. I know it sounds wild. Freddie can attest to this. It is all very real and it does happen as long as you ask. Okay. So those are the chakras. Those are the energy centers. And again, if we can keep all of these pure and spinning clearly, our entire energy will enhance as a result. And then you combine this type of stuff with all the physical practices that Freddie has been teaching, you're going to be an absolute machine. So before I go into the next slide here, does anybody have any questions on this system or on any of the chakras or what any of it means?
I guess I have a quick one just regarding like so like there are loads of individual chakras, but is there a way to like feel the synchronization of all of them at once? Or is that just like enlightenment at that point? Like what's the link between the two? Or multiple? Can you have like, oh wow, I'm feeling two of them at a time, or you know, something like that?
Definitely. Yeah, they are in this graphic and taught in a compartmentalized way, but they're all connected. You could think of them as, okay, so let's say, maybe I'll show you something. I have two crystals here. Perfect. So let's say this one, Freddie, is the solar plexus, and this is the heart. It's not that they're just separate. There are lines of energy, you could say, going between each.
See.
Now, what happens when they're all aligned and they all turn on? That's something called a Kundalini awakening. This is going very esoteric. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's
Okay,
why I
it
have
rings a
this
bell.
tattoo of
Yes.
the serpent. The serpent, I'll just touch on it quickly. Kundalini energy is a spiritual energy that is usually lying dormant and coiled up in somebody's root chakra. When all the other chakras come into coherence, that energy will begin to rise as long as it's not let out. This is why people sometimes talk about semen retention too. That Kundalini energy can rise throughout the chakras, and you will feel this entire voltage go through your entire system. Some people experience this, it's called Kundalini awakening, and live in that state for forever. Those are typically like the enlightened masters. Some people have experienced it in a session or something, and then it goes back, but they had a taste of what it would feel like. So it's not something to really control. There's like something called Kundalini yoga, which you could try. They might have it somewhere around you, Freddie, where they're actually trying to move this energy. And there are people that do Kundalini sessions where they are able to kind of manipulate the energy in your body and help it rise throughout your chakras. But yeah, if you can get all of them into coherence, there will be this surge of energy that goes throughout your entire system. And that's what the mystics would call spiritual awakening, essentially. Carl Jung wrote a book on this too. The psychologist, he called it Kundalini yoga or something. Kundalini psychology. I don't know.
Yeah, Jung. I didn't even realize he was into all of that stuff too. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got a question.
Yes.
I'm on.
Sorry.
I was wondering how do you I feel like my root chakra is blocked. How do you unblock it? How do you activate it?
You can start with your breath and your posture. So are you sitting down right now?
Yeah.
Are you in a chair?
Yeah.
Okay. I would recommend sit back a little bit and like actually kind of widen your legs out and allow yourself to lean back a little bit. Everybody can try this too at the same time. And then with your awareness and with your breath, go to the bottom of your sacrum area, the bottom of your body, basically. And just breathe into that area. And as you breathe, see if you can allow that area to go from tension to expansion, almost like it's opening. If you see my hands here, this is what it would look like if it was tense or blocked. But when it opens, it's almost like the gates are opening in a way, and you really feel firm and planted. And this will require really training your awareness to live inside of your body. But you can practice it going through the breath and just allowing that area to soften, essentially. The other chakras might be more of a tension, like the solar plexus is an activation. The root is more of a decompression and a softening. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that helps. Thank you.
And another point here is that it's all stems from the body language. Particularly with the root, is like if we're hunched over and our legs are closed, well, that's not signaling to our body and our entire system that we're secure. It actually, when you think of somebody that is insecure, they're closed up, they're tense. Somebody that is secure, think of a king. Think of a king sitting back in his chair. His legs are spread wide, he's relaxed. His root chakra is therefore very open and very expanded. So I would practice with the breathing for sure, but it's also a mental game as well of, can you affirm to yourself that you're secure? I have a book that I know some people in here have read, but I'm going to type it in the chat. This is all about like king energy and doing what you want. Probably really good for the first 3 chakras, actually, to read this book. It's called Badgelina, and it's one of my favorite books of all time. So I would definitely recommend checking that out if it's interesting to you. It's a story about a king, and it's very short. It's very fun, and it'll teach you a lot about this stuff in a story-based way without ever talking about it in a way. So it teaches you through symbols, but yeah, let me know how that goes, Kareem, if you want to text me and tell me if you tried it out. Tibor, I believe you raised your hand as well.
I was wondering if if we could see chakra awareness as a journey, as something you evolved on and you improved your awareness. And in your case, have you like, do you kind of masterize this heart?
What was the last thing you said?
Like, as the years passes, do you improve your awareness of chakras? Can you tap into it? Can you manipulate your energy? Can you make it flow better?
Yes. It all stems from awareness. So now that you're even aware that this exists and you put your energy there and your awareness there and your conscious intention there, you will start to notice it more. I had no idea what this was 3 years ago. Now, I experienced some things maybe 2 years ago with some type of practice where I started to feel them, and I started to do some chakra meditations, which we're about to do in a second here. And now I attempt to live from awareness of my chakras to the greatest degree I can. Particularly in business, they're all important, but what I've been working on the most, I would say, is these 2, the solar plexus and the sacral. So this helps me be creative if I'm tapped into it, and I actually will feel my entire hip pelvis area start to express itself. The truth is, it's almost as if you're having sex with the sacral chakra. Even if you're writing, even if you're speaking, even if you're doing work, you will feel that area turn on, not in a sexual way, but in a activation way, where your hips will be engaged with reality, with life, and it will allow you to be creative. The solar plexus, if I'm trying to sign a deal, let's say, or close a client, let's say, I will sit up a little bit and I'll be like, okay, I have to like man up and do this. But it all stems from the body. So the more you can be aware of it, and I would say starting with like your workouts especially, is like notice when the solar plexus becomes engaged, right? Before you do a heavy set, you're gonna brace up a little bit. Now you know, okay, that's my solar plexus activating. So you could start there, and then the awareness will start to unlock the different areas, and you will notice when they are active and when they are not active.
Jack, I have you talked about the sacral and creative things, and that reminds me of the call on astronomy. I don't know if I can start linking everything together, but in your case, I remember that you had the sign where if you let yourself flow into things, if you let yourself do creative new things, you can have more energy. And can that be related to astronomy? Like for you, maybe the sacral part is something you have worked on. You have hypertrophy, and maybe you are better at this than other chakras. Can we relate the two topics together? Actually, it sounds very weird, actually, but
Not weird at all. Your intuition is very good because they are definitely related. I wasn't planning on talking about it, but each chakra is related to a planet as well. So, for example, we talked about energy in the astrology call, and we talked about the planet Mars. Mars is connected to the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra. So for me, Mars being in Sagittarius means I feel energized when I'm exploring new things, let's say. And my sacral chakra will then be more engaged when I'm navigating different projects and talking to different people. That's when I feel the most energized. So they're definitely connected. And your intuition is very spot on.
that's amazing.
It's all connected. I'm really glad that you're seeing that.
Yeah, it's amazing. This is all new to me, but definitely areas to put my awareness and intention in. Yeah.
Incredible. Cool. Anything else before we go on to the next slide? Cool, all good. Let's do it. So the next thing I want to do with you guys is a little chakra scanning. So this is going to help put our awareness on these different parts of our body. And again, once you have awareness there, you will notice where you can improve, where you can put more intention. For example, my solar plexus is an area that I have to constantly work on to activate for whatever reason. If I feel it's out of balance, I will notice my body language goes down. I'm not feeling so confident. I'm feeling lazy. But if I breathe into it and I sit up and I command it to turn on, I will then have more life force and energy. And I can even feel it as I do it right now. So the purpose of this little guided practice is going to be scanning the different chakras in your body so you gain awareness on those areas and affirm to those areas what it would be like for them to be healthy, spinning, and in their highest expression. So we're just going to start by turning our eyes down and going into our breath. So we'll start by taking a deep breath into the nose. And then exhaling out the mouth, allowing the body to soften and become relaxed. Another deep inhale through the nose. And a letting go exhale out the mouth. One more time in the nose. And one more time out the mouth. And once you get to the bottom, just hold it there at the bottom for a second. And tune your awareness into your body. You should feel some energy there. You should feel the lungs wanting some air. You're okay for now. It's only been a few seconds. And when you're ready, take another inhale and just return to a normal breathing pattern. Now, still keeping your eyes closed, put your attention all the way down to your feet. Are your feet touching a surface? Are they hovering in the air? Just put all your awareness into your feet. And now, to get even more precise, put your awareness into your left big toe. Can you feel it touching something? Can you feel the ground touching it? If it's in the air, can you feel it touching the air? Notice how precise your awareness can be when you choose to direct it somewhere. Now we move our awareness up to the base of our spine, in the in-between area between our root vertebrae and our genital area. Breathe into that area. Notice what it feels like. Affirm to yourself with your attention in this area, I am secure, I am safe, I am protected. And really feel those words in your body. I know what to do to be stable. I am supported. I know how to support myself. Take another deep breath in to that area, into the root. And see if you can allow it to soften and expand. Now move your awareness up to your sacral chakra, the area right above your sexual area. Just notice what sensations are there. Notice what energy is there. Notice if there's tension there, and just allow it to release. Affirm to yourself in this area, I express myself creatively. I channel my energy into a creative passion. I know exactly what to channel my creative energy into. Think of that thing you want to channel your creativity into. And notice how your sacral area responds to the thought of pursuing that. Does it activate in any way? Do your hips move in any way? This is a sign that your sacral is engaged in this idea. Now we move up to the solar plexus. This is the middle of your abdomen. This is your core. Flex your core in for a second as you breathe in, and soften it as you let go. The solar plexus is your center of masculine fire, of masculine energy, of confidence, assertiveness, and willpower. It's where you can muster up the courage to do a hard action. It's where you have the strength to do something uncomfortable. Notice what that area feels like when you imagine doing something uncomfortable. This is your willpower. This is your masculine core. With your attention and awareness in that area, say to yourself, I am confident and I am assertive. I get what I want when I want it. I am not afraid to stand up for myself and demand what I want. I take responsibility. I walk with my chest out. I walk with my shoulders back. I know who I am and I stand boldly in my inner authority. Take one more moment to connect to that solar plexus area. Now we move up to the heart. The heart, when we're connected to it, feels warm and soft. It creates an energy that envelops the entire body. To get into the heart, drop the shoulders and release tension. And imagine, with your awareness in the middle of your chest, a golden ball of energy right there in the middle. Now imagine that golden ball of energy emitting out of your chest and touching everybody in the room. Everybody on the street. Everybody in the town or community. And everybody in your city or state. You are connected to all of it, and you're connected to the heart. With your awareness still on the center of your chest, say to yourself, I am here to serve. I am here to connect with and love others. I am connected to all that is around me. Not from my mind, but from the center of my chest and the center of my being. The more I shine from the chest and from that energy and live from that awareness, the more the world will shine back at me. So just allow yourself to feel and soften into the chest. Allow yourself to feel the warmth. Allow yourself to feel love. And now we move up to the throat. Put your awareness in the middle of your throat. Imagine what would happen to your head, to your neck, and to your throat if you were singing at the top of your lungs. Imagine what a bird does when it sings. How does it change its expression? How would yours match that? Can you feel an energy in your throat? Is there a tingling? Is there anything moving? Is there anything you want to say, but you just haven't said it? With your awareness and intention on your throat, affirm to yourself, I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I am not afraid to speak my truth. I am not afraid to speak what I believe. I express myself fully. And when I don't want to express myself, I fully stop. Whether in writing or speaking or singing, I do not hold back. I know exactly what I wish to say, and I say it. Notice how the energy of the throat changes when you affirm these things over yourself. Now we move up to the third eye center. This is the center of the forehead. Can you feel, with your eyes closed, a center point between, a little bit above and a little bit between, almost as if you were focusing your awareness on one tiny spot? With your awareness in this energy center, can you allow yourself to receive a vision? You're not creating it yourself, you're allowing it to come in. Not forcing, allowing. Not clinging, seeing. With your energy center in this chakra, affirm to yourself, I trust my intuition. I trust my inner sight and my deeper awareness. I receive visions that guide me from my higher self. I see signs and symbols. I see clearly in each situation. And I see below what manifests on the surface. My inner eye, my eye of my awareness, is clear. I see clearly all throughout the day. Can you notice some type of pressure or anything in the third eye center? And can you allow it to soften? And last, we move our attention to our crown. This is the top of our head and the area just above the top of our head. Our energy emits beyond just our physical body. With your awareness on your crown, can you feel any tingling or any sensation on the top of your head? Can you notice that spot, that point in space where your head meets the external world and the external world meets your head? What would it be like if those spots merged and became one? The outside world and the inside world become one. With your attention on your crown, affirm to yourself, I am connected to all that is. The universe speaks to me. I receive guidance from a higher intelligence when I ask. My crown is open and receptive. I do not have to navigate this life alone. I am always being guided as long as I stay open and as long as I ask. Now we're going to practice moving our awareness back down through the chakra centers. So move your awareness from your crown to your third eye center in the middle of your forehead. See from your inner eye for just a second. Then move down to the throat. Allow the throat to expand. What is it that you want to say? Now move down and into the heart. Can you feel that warmth? Can you feel the connection? Can you feel it radiating out of you? Can you feel yourself soften into the heart? Now into the solar plexus, your center of confidence, your center of will. Can you feel it strengthen and turn on? Where do you need to assert yourself in your life? Where do you have to step into your discipline, into your fire, into your confidence? What needs to get done? Now down into your sacral chakra. What do you want to express? What artistic or creative pursuit do you want to explore? What creative expression do you want to give to the world? Feel the hips activate when your awareness is in the sacral chakra. And now move your awareness down into the root again. Stable, secure, grounded, rooted. Having both feet planted on the floor and being rooted within yourself is how you activate all the other centers. And last, move your attention back down to your feet. Feel yourself back here in this moment, fully connected, fully in tune with every part of yourself. And slowly flicker your eyes open and practice keeping your awareness in your body while you move your perception externally. If you move through reality with your awareness inside your body, you will become a master of reality. Okay. That is the end of that meditation. Now, before we go on to the next exercise, and I realize we're going at an hour here, but I realize it's also the last call. So I don't mind going a bit over if you guys have the time and space. But does anybody want to share anything that came up during that meditation? If not, all great. That will be recorded individually and posted as well.
I felt tension in my root, which was quite interesting. And I actually stood up and just started stretching, which some like my inner hips, like really the like psoas, like that really inner bit. And I just did like deep breathing into that for like a minute. And then I sat back down and tried to see how it felt, and it was a lot better already.
Interesting. Interesting. Did you come up with any awareness as to why that area might be a little bit blocked?
I think I think I knew what it was quite quickly. It was the dissonance between where my mind wants to be or my ego wants to be and where I actually am. So I think it was like a sign to ground myself more in the reality that I'm actually in. Which obviously, I keep coming back to that, but I think it's still ringing true. And the more I embrace exactly where I'm at, the better I feel and the more grounded I feel. And I guess that's as a result of the root activating more.
Yeah, you have this like very active imagination and very big vision. It's like, I think what I'm sensing is if you come back down through the heart and actually feel that gratitude, that love for where you're at and the people around you, that is the bridge that will help you feel secure in your root. For a lot of people, it's like the root is what then causes everything else to come into coherence. But I think we're the same, where like this stuff is always on.
Yeah.
You don't have a problem speaking. You don't have a problem seeing or thinking about visions, but like it's the heart that will bridge us back down to exactly where we're at.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. I like that.
Powerful though. And the stretching too. For me, I perceive the stretching in the hip area as more of activating your sacral. But it could definitely be the root as well. And like for anybody that wants to increase their sacral, their creativity, if you stretch your hips, that is a really powerful thing to do. Thanks,
Yeah.
Freddie. Appreciate the share.
Thank you, Jack. That was awesome.
We're about to do another one, so prepare yourself. We're going to take like a little bit of a break because doing 2 guided back-to-back is a lot. Kareem.
I was gonna say, yeah, that meditation was great. I was gonna ask, I can get quite head centered. Is there any like tips that you can give me to help me like ground in my body, or like what activities could I do to just get in my body more?
I'm the same way. It's always going to be the breath that's your gateway back to the present moment. When you feel yourself getting lost in your thoughts, you can breathe and bring your awareness from up here into the body. I had this realization like a month ago. I was smoking a joint with a friend, and I noticed my thoughts started to spiral in a negative direction. And what I realized is every time my thoughts began to spiral, I had come out of my body and into my head. But if I could just be there in my body in the moment, breathing, the anxious thoughts go away. Because the anxious thoughts, the mind is either, I saw this meme today. It was like a lever. I'm actually going to, no, I'll try to find it maybe later. But it was like what I should do before bed. And it was a lever that either said, worry about the past or worry about the future. And it was like somebody pulling a lever. I was like, it's funny because the mind's function is almost entirely to worry about the future or worry about the past. But the body is here now. So I would say breathe and then do something that gets you into your body daily, like an exercise. I think like we're talking about the ecstatic dance. That's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing to try. I really would recommend it if you're curious about it. Even dancing around your room, anything that's going to get you into the body. That would be my best recommendation.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Cool. Anything else before we move into the next practice? Okay. So the last thing we're going to do here is a vitality hypnosis. And we're also going to do a little bit of a journaling practice after. So what we're going to do, let's take 3 minutes and just take a break, get some water, decompress. Maybe we'll take 3 to 5 minutes. Don't rush. And we're going to come back and do this hypnosis. Again, these are all going to be recorded. You can do them individually. but let's take a few minutes, take what you learned, write something down if you want, and we're going to come back in 3 to 5 minutes. Sound good? Cool. All right, I will be back. Hello, back. Are we all back? Tibor, Kareem back. Tyler, Freddie. Cool. And my dad just pulled up. Perfect timing. I was correct. He was out partying.
Good
But
morning.
how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Have some coffee. I was watching the USA hockey gold medal is on right now in the third period. It's 1-1.
Nice.
So I want to just hop on real quick.
Cool.
But slept in a
Well,
little bit today.
it's okay. You need that sometimes, as you would say. We just went through a whole thing about chakras, energy centers, etc. But we took a break, and now we're about to finish out with a hypnosis session, a guided practice to step into higher levels of vitality and energy. So, what we're going to do, guys, again, is one more guided practice. And this is really doing the work right now. Like, this is and it's not too hard. It's not super strenuous, but to get yourself to do a guided practice, it's not easy, right? It's easier to do other things. So we have one more guided practice to finish out this cohort, and you're going to take everything you've learned throughout these 6 weeks and bring them into this guided practice. So we're going to start by, again, closing our eyes down, and we're going to start by breathing. So we're going to take a deep inhale through the nose. And a deep exhale out the mouth. Another deep inhale through the nose. And another deep exhale out the mouth. Another deep inhale through the nose. And another deep exhale out the mouth. And allowing yourself to just feel comfortable and present and in this moment fully. And we're going to start by moving our awareness into our body. Scan your body from head to toe. Slowly. Start with the forehead, into the nose, into the mouth, down through the throat, into the chest, and into the abdomen, and down into the sacral, into the legs, and into the feet. Feeling fully present, relaxed, and in the body. And we're going to start the hypnosis. As I speak these things, allow yourself to receive them. Allow your subconscious to open to the words you will be hearing. Speak them to yourself as I speak them to you. I know exactly what to do to be healthy. You know exactly what to do to be healthy. Knowing exactly what to do to be healthy. I know exactly how to increase my energy. You know exactly how to increase your energy. Knowing exactly how to increase your energy. I am strong, resilient, and alive. You are strong, resilient, and alive. Being strong, resilient, and alive. Staying vital and healthy is easy for me. Staying vital and healthy is easy for you. You are staying vital and healthy because it is who you are. I know exactly how to move my body every single day. I love moving my body every single day. You are moving your body every single day. Knowing exactly how to move your body daily. I choose to nourish myself with foods that energize me. You choose to nourish yourself with foods that energize you. Choosing foods that energize and strengthen you. I command all beliefs blocking my health and vitality to dissolve now. You command all beliefs blocking your health and vitality to dissolve now. Commanding all blocks to vitality and health to dissolve now. I command all beliefs and patterns keeping me in low energy to dissipate and dissolve now. I choose to be high energy in this moment now. You command all beliefs and patterns keeping you in low energy to dissipate and dissolve now. My nervous system is calm and powerful. Your nervous system is calm and powerful. Having a calm and powerful nervous system. I sleep deeply and I wake up refreshed. You sleep deeply and wake up refreshed. Sleeping deeply and waking up refreshed. I feel light and great in my body. You feel light and great and lean in your body. Feeling light and great and lean in your body. I recover quickly from stress. You are resilient and recover quickly from stress. Recovering quickly from stress and being resilient. I no longer get sick. Sickness is no longer in my reality. I am healthy 24/7, 365. I choose to let go of the belief in sickness and disease. I am extremely disciplined with my health. You are extremely disciplined with your health. Being disciplined with your health. I know exactly what to do to be vital. You know exactly what to do to feel vital. Knowing exactly what to do to be vital. I am vital now. You are vital and healthy now. Feeling vitality and health in your body now. I am a vital person. I feel vitality coursing through my body. I know what vitality feels like. You are a vital person and you know what vitality feels like. You are being a vital person. My body loves movement, play, and exercise. Your body loves movement, play, and exercise. Loving movement, play, and exercise. My subconscious mind accepts these statements as truth. Your subconscious mind accepts these statements as truth. I move through the world as a strong and energized person. You move through the world as a strong and energized person. Moving through the world energized and strong. Vitality flows through me naturally. Vitality flows through you naturally. Being naturally vital. Every action I take compounds my health. Every action you take compounds your health. Compounding your health effortlessly. I am ready to claim this reality. You are ready to claim this reality of health and vitality. You are choosing to claim this reality of health and vitality. I emerge from this meditation vital and energized. I emerge from this meditation vital and energized, knowing exactly what to do to be in peak health and energy. You emerge from this meditation vital and energized. Emerging from this meditation vital and energized. Allow yourself to take a few more deep breaths. Feel the vitality coursing through you. Feel connected to the energy. Choose to remember any clarity that came through. And when you're ready, slowly begin to open your eyes and come back into the call. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to reconnect to that future self vision. We're going to reconnect to that future self who is incredibly healthy, incredibly energized, and incredibly vital. And what I want you to do is pull out a document, pull out a note, pull out a sheet of paper, whatever it is, and actually go write a letter, a short letter, could be a paragraph, a few sentences, to this future version of you. And thank him or her for the choices he or she made to become so healthy and so vital. As you write this, try to retrace your steps back to the future reality. What was it that was the catalyst moment for you? What were the daily habits that compounded? What were the daily practices that you instilled? What were the changes to your diet, the changes to your habits? So write a letter, write a note to your future self, thanking him for all these changes that he implemented. And we'll just take a few minutes to do this, and then we'll come back and wrap things up. Okay, so no rush, but when you guys are finished with that, if you could just drop a thumbs up or say you're done or drop something in the chat. Cool. Freddie, Tibor, you need a few more minutes?
Just finishing up.
Perfect. Cool. Cool. So I hope that was helpful. I hope some clarity came from that. I hope you felt the vitality and energy in your body. And I hope that this entire call really helped you tune into your body and realize that the energy you're looking for is already within you. Freddie touched on this yesterday. All the external protocols, all the supplements, all the food, it's all great. It's all going to amplify everything. But the energy is always within you. You have infinite energy within you. There are examples of yogis and types of people that actually survive on no food at all. They don't even eat food because they are able to channel so much energy within them. And while we're not trying to become that, if we can just learn to tune into our body and find the things that move us within our body, the things that inspire us, the things that energize us, we access this energy source that is greater than anything an orange juice or something external can give us. It's this infinite source within. So that's it from me. This has been an amazing group. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed these calls. I've really enjoyed everybody's presence here. It's been super special to have my dad here, Tyler here, Tibor, Kareem, doing this with you, Freddie, everybody else that maybe is watching the recording. It was super, super fun. So thank you guys for being here. And Freddie and I are going to touch on what our initial vision is for some next steps for this group. But before we do that, does anybody want to share anything that came up from the meditation, came up from the call, or just overall thoughts on the cohort or things they want to, things they experienced, things they want to share?
Hey guys. Hey Jacko, Freddie. Yeah, I thought the cohort was great. There's a lot of just reiterating a lot of things you already know and just incorporate that in your day-to-day life is just going to help you in every way possible. So thanks guys. It was great. And I appreciate all you guys.
Thank you, Scott. It was
Thank
great
you.
to work with you.
Thank you. Cool. Well, I want to share some next steps, but Tibor, please go ahead.
I had a question, but yeah, in the end, I think you already answered it, and due to your like very pure and human intentions, I think I could have guessed the answer to my question, and my question was. Can that group still stay alive, and can we always get back to it and tune into what we lived in the past 6 weeks and go back into that state and don't let us drift away from it?
Yes, for sure. And this is what Freddie and I talked about. Like, we don't want to just end the cohort and then it ends and then we don't talk. Like, this felt like a very special group, and so we want to keep it going. And so what we're thinking now is to keep the Telegram group chat that we have going as is. We have some other ideas for how we might evolve the group into something that's more recurring or something that is happening, let's say, every month. But for now, we're just going to keep it in the Telegram group, and we'll be able to chat in there, and you still can ask questions, say hello, give updates, of course. And Freddie and I are going to talk about what's the next best step for the group, and we're going to keep you posted with everything. But the group's going to stay together. Feels like a super special group, and we appreciate you being such a big part of it, Tibor. It was amazing.
Thank you very much, Jack. And I have a special question. Are you and Freddy still gonna cooperate, you two together?
Yes, in
Yes.
some form, yes. It's evolving for sure, but we are going to be working together in some capacity.
Okay, that's amazing.
Thank you.
I just want to say, really enjoyed the cohort. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Freddie, for putting this together. It's been really insightful and very helpful.
Thank you, Kareem.
Kareem.
Yeah, it was great to have you here, and it was so cool to see you again after 2 years. I still remember vividly the first call we had. It was in probably like April of 2024. So almost 2 years ago. I remember exactly where I was in Austin, Texas, walking around calling you. So it's been really cool to see you 2 years later. And I'm really excited to hear from you how things progress, especially with like everything you're getting interested in with energy healing and going to the ecstatic dance and stuff. I'm super stoked for you. I think it's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cool. Tyler, I feel pulled to ask you, how would you see the group evolving?
As in like future calls, future like what do you mean?
How would you like the group to continue?
Hmm.
No pressure,
I think
but
I think it would be cool to have maybe like a call like once every month or something, just for everyone to like share their focuses and goals potentially. Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Mhm. I was just thinking that exact cadence, and I could see the purpose of the call being like an energy elevation. Like it's a 60, 90-minute call, and like you're gonna leave feeling juiced. That would be my idea. So I like that you said that. That's cool. Freddie, anything from you?
I mean, yeah, I think I'd like to echo everything you said. I know I touched on it yesterday, but yeah, it's just been a real pleasure to work with all of you, to share the knowledge, and I'm excited to continue in whatever way we do. As Jack said, we're going to just continue to have a think about that, but I definitely think keeping the Telegram channel open is like 100%. And I like the idea of the calls too, because I think it's going to be like good checkpoint, good way to just keep everyone in sync. And as everyone's journeys evolve, inevitably there will be questions too, and I'd always be happy to answer. So yeah, I think that would be my take, and yeah, I'm really excited to see where this goes for sure.
Epic. Cool. Well, Freddie, let's chat about this after if you're free.
It's free.
Cool. But guys, I am going to be posting both of those meditations we did today. I'll be posting them to YouTube, but I'll make sure I send them in the chat. And then I'll also send this call recording in the chat, as well as Freddie's from yesterday. But feel free to reach out. Feel free to hit us up in Telegram and let us know if you have any thoughts, questions, ideas for how the group could evolve. But like I said, it feels like a very special group, and I really enjoyed it, and I really appreciate your guys' time and energy and presence. And I hope that a year from now you'll look back at this as a catalyst point for a crazy development, and you might not realize it until you look back a year later. the little things that you start to implement now, right? Things from the start of the cohort, the light water magnetism, doing some guided practices, doing some breath works. If you stay consistent with it, you're going to look back in 2027 and you're going to be like, wow, like I'm a different person. So all the sauce is here. All the sauce has been said by Freddie. Hopefully some of the upgrades and the internal stuff was said by me. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see where everybody's at a year, 2 years from now. And feel free to hit me up with anything that comes up.
Awesome, Jack. Thank you very much, everyone.
Take
Awesome.
care, everybody.
See you guys. Much love. We will talk soon. We will be in touch. Peace.
See you, Jack. See you, Freddy.
See you.